Chickens consume three things and they're all measurable: feed, water, and air, and they're all important variables in how you raise your chickens. My name is Suscovich. I've been a chicken farmer for a number of years now, and I farm in Western Connecticut as part of a farm brewery. Now, I'm also the creative director here at Farm Marketing Solutions, and as my creative direction wants to always follow into chickens, we're going to talk about chickens today and the good tidbit that I picked up from the APA conference in Texas this winter. So as you raise your broiler chickens, these are chickens for meat, but it also pertains to chickens for eggs. There are three variables that you're going to want to control, and that can be measured and have a big effect on your end result, either how many eggs or how much meat you're going to get from that poultry. Now, the first one is your feed. Now, the average chicken, as a ratio, if for every 1 pound of feed, they drink 2 pounds of water. And the one that's a little bit more difficult to measure, but is totally a factor, is that they breathe about 30 pounds of air. Yeah, that's crazy, I know. We're gonna talk about that. So feed, you wanna make sure feed is healthy, dry, fresh, has been stored properly, and I have videos on this, and that it is the best. Like, you want to be able to walk up to your chicken's feeder and take a spoon or your hand and take some and just eat it. Like, it's not going to poison you. It's grain, it's natural products that you are feeding your birds. Anything you feed your birds, you would want to feed yourself. You would want to eat yourself. So if you're putting all kinds of medications and a nastiness in your feed, then that's not something you necessarily want to eat, right? You know, and I have some news that may disturb you. If you have medication and antibiotics in your chicken feed and the chicken eats it, that becomes part of their body. They're eating it, they're consuming it, they're digesting it. Their small intestine is converting that into energy that they're using to grow muscle mass, which then you are going to pluck all the feathers off, put into a frying pan or the oven, cook it, and then eat it. So that stuff's gonna get into your body anyways. The next is water. Keeping clean water and plenty of it, and multiple water sources for your birds, not just having one water source for all your chickens, because things go wrong. Waters get dirty, waters clog up, things run out in the heat. Having your water stay clean, and I've said this before, I got it from Jeff Maddox's book. He's the owner for Trell, and probably the most technically minded chicken person that I know. Is that your chicken water should be so clean you would want to drink out of it. One of the ways that I keep my bell waterers clean in the summer is just taking a handful of grass, because we have beautiful, fresh, lush pasture, and that grass, I use it as a sponge and clean out any of the algae or whatever might be growing inside of that water, and then throw the grass out, rinse the water out. It's clean enough where I would drink out of it, because it's I haven't let anything build up. I haven't let it get gunky or gross, and that's something that the bird is going to consume, which again, you are going to consume. So having clean water to help them digest their clean feed, and then providing them with fresh air, makes for a healthy bird. And your brooder, if you let things get wet and you have too much manure build up, their manure has a lot of ammonia on it, in it, and that ammonia evaporates, especially as things get warm, and that causes two things to go wrong. One, when they're laying down, that chest bone, they can get ammonia burns on them, which is why, you know, boneless, skinless chicken breasts are a thing and got very popular. One, because they're easy to cook, but two, because those birds would be living in a barn, could hardly stand up, would be laying on their manure, and they would get ammonia burns all over their belly. And if they're laying like this, those breasts are down. Yeah, you see my breasts here. Those breasts are down, they burn the skin, that skin's no good, and then they get rid of it, and then, you know, boneless, skinless breast, let's just remarket it as easy, and people will buy it up. Now, pasture-based system, the manure doesn't build up because you're moving them along the pasture, and they're never on the same spot near where they pooped for more than 24 hours. You move them at least once a day as they get bigger. Sometimes you move them twice a day, especially in the heat. And then the second thing is ammonia burns in their lungs, what they're breathing in. If they are breathing in that smell, that ammonia, the stuff from their manure, then they're gonna burn their lungs, and that's gonna stress them out. Anything you can do to stress a chicken is gonna cause your production to drop. So anything you can do to reduce the stress on a chicken is gonna cause your production to go up. You wanna treat your chickens like kings until that last day when you don't, because you're doing this for a reason, whether it's to feed your family, to feed your community, to make a business out of it, or just to be a more self-sustaining homesteader. The health vitality of your chickens directly correlates into the health and vitality of your land and of your person. It's so good. I believe in this stuff so much because I've been doing it and I've been seeing it and I've been active in it for a number of years now. I have killed thousands of chickens personally. I have fed thousands of people personally, and I have manage hundreds of millions of trillions of zillions of microbes on my land in a way that they feed the soil, which feeds the grass, which feeds the bird, which feeds the people, which feeds our planet. The further you get into this whole hippie nonsense, the more you realize that there's a lot of validity to it, and it's cyclical, that the more you focus on the things that are small, it affects the things that are big, and when you make broad concepts that affect the things that are big, it trickles down into the things that are small, and what we're looking for is proper holistic management where the whole system is in harmony. You can do that and be good at spreadsheets and social media and marketing and websites and business and QuickBooks and whatever else, because you have to. That's part of the whole big picture. I hope you enjoyed this week of just my APA recap, where I went to that conference in January. We shot a ton of video while we were there, and Paul and I are working on it currently to digest all of that and get it out to you. You'll be seeing interviews from APA board members, chicken farmers from around the country about specific topics, and it's using this week to kind of kick that off as well. If you want more information on raising chickens, if there's something that I have not answered for you yet in my Ask Me Anything series, you can go to appa.org, appa.org, and there is a listing of all the chicken farmers near you, all the professionals, past articles, good tidbits, whether you're a consumer or a producer. And if you join for $60 a year, I get nothing from this plug, but I do pay my own membership. I don't even get a free membership out of this, but I get so much out of that membership that I want to plug for them. If you join for $60 a year, you get access to the APA forum, where all the professionals from around the country raising chickens from 100 chickens to 100,000 chickens are on that forum asking and answering questions, sharing pictures and stories and advice, and it is invaluable. It is amazing, it's real time, and all it takes is that small investment and just you going to the forum and checking it out, reading, experiencing it for yourself. That's your homework. All these videos really granular for my chicken crowd. We'll get into farm tours and chicken tractor plans and what I'm doing this year in future videos, but you gotta subscribe to stay tuned for that or join our email newsletter. Yeah, other than that, enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, because this one comes out on Friday, and I love you. And until next time, I will see you out in the field.